on? It's Wild on Twos, and thank you for joining my channel. Please hit that like, hit that subscribe, and the bell for future notifications. This week's topic is, are MCs always in the news? Let's go. Yo, ¿cómo están? It's Wild on Twos, and thank you for joining my channel. So, take a nice little drive in the back road, so we're not going to be going that quick. It's going to be a pretty short video. I just had this in my mind because I don't know if it's me or do I always see biker news, things happening every day now. Is it that relevant for me to see all this stuff happening on the news? Shootouts, fights, brawls. Does it really happen that often? Is it media pushing it out there more? Is it because we actually just watch the biker news channels from Hollywood and we see it every day? I don't know. So it's kind of based on opinion of what I think, obviously. But I almost compare it, since I do aviation. How many times do you see a plane really crash? It's really not that often. So when something does happen, let's say in Illinois, but I'm in Texas, I will hear about it in Texas, about what happened in Illinois. If something happens in another country, I will hear about that plane crash in another country or in Florida, because it doesn't really happen that often. So when it happens, it makes news. Do I think it's the same thing about MCs? I kind of do, because it's just like a car crash. In your local city, you'll hear all the car accidents, but you're not going to hear a car accident unless it's like a pile-up from another state or another city, really. Usually it's just your local car crashes and fatalities. But with MCs, since I don't think it happens that often, it hits the news pretty big. You hear about what happened outside of Vegas. You hear what happens outside of Oregon. You hear what happens out in the Midwest, what in Florida, on the highway. So I think sometimes it doesn't really happen all that often. But with all the technology, all the cameras, all the cell phones, all the recordings, I mean, no one gets away with anything, and people post so much, word gets out so fast that it seems like something is always happening, like a lot. And man, I'm stuck in this whole bus the whole time. Either way. So let me know what you think in the comments section. Is it that I'm just seeing things and things are happening every day? And I mean, of course, there's stuff that may happen that we don't really see. But all the stuff in the news, it gives a bad light to the MCs. And there's thousands of MCs out there. Awesome clubs. Great clubs. Does it give it a bad name to the clubs like we always talk about? Whose fault is that? Is it the clubs? Is it the individuals? We talked about that last video. But I just kind of find it, in a way, I had a discussion with somebody that I don't really think it happens that often. But if media gets a chance and LE gets a chance to freaking blast us, blast bikers, blast MCs, they will. And they'll make you look so bad. Because when lobbying's happening out in the Capitol, guess what? It's all on the internet. Just Google anything. It looks bad. So people that don't know anything about bikers or MCs, all they have to do is type MC, and they'll see all this negative press. And guess what? All those bills are going to go through, and people are going to get, are not going to be too happy with the results. So let me know, like you said, this is a short video. I just had it on my mind driving around here. And I just think it's like, even in San Antonio and different places, there's great clubs, great people. And things happen, but I don't think it's that bad. Like I said, I could be a little stubborn about it, a little ignorant, I guess. But I do think it's like the plane effect. It doesn't happen so often, but when it does, it hits the news pretty big. Or maybe because I watch the biker news. I see it all the time, hear it all the time, every day, right? We keep up with things, so we see it all the time. But I don't think everybody in America really pays attention too much to that. But the ones that do and run by it, all they do is put us in a negative light. The media just loves to blast it. That's a story. All right, guys. that's about it. This is a short video, not that important really. I just had that in my mind. What you guys think, hit me in the comment section. Give me a pound, get wild. Until next week, much love and respect. Peace.